and welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara O'Brien. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Holly Walsh and Josh Widdicombe, Chris Addison, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Holly, which category would you like?
Politics, please.
No problem. No, politics is the category. Let's have a look at the answer. 11.5 billion. What is the question?
What is the amount I stand to win if the new royal baby is called Trevor?
Is it how many laxatives is Nigella Lawson going to put in her husband's next cake?
Is it, how many words are there in an iTunes terms and conditions update?
Is it how much of Eric Pickle's department agreed to cut from their biscuit budget?
Is it how many times does Berlusconi have to be found guilty before he actually goes to jail?
Wow.
Is it how many times a day do I currently have to listen to Get Lucky by Daft Punk?
How many Tesco club card points do you need for 10p off a pack of cereal?
Is it how much has Dara O'Brien got his legs insured for?
You've never seen them. Yeah. You've never seen. You know how magical they are.
Is it how many times does a former Radio 1 DJ delete his internet browsing history when the doorbell rings?
How many Ferrero Rocher has Julian Assange eaten in the last year?
Yeah. Is it quite simply, think of a number?
No. Do they have the correct answer?
Yeah. How much money does George Osborne want the government departments to cut in the spending review?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Chris. Alex, thank you very much. Yes, the question I was looking for is, how much money has Chancellor George Osborne agreed to cut from government departments in his latest spending review? Do we know when the spending review is supposed to kick in? When is this for?
Well, this spending review, it's essentially cuts, isn't it?
Yes.
They call it review, but they mean cuts.
Yes.
I mean, imagine we all spoke like politicians. I, in fact, reviewed my toenails this morning, but I haven't been for a hair review for some time.
The departments are all fighting about it, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're fighting, and some departments have done worse than others. The MOD have got off quite lightly, but that's quite understandable. It's very difficult to negotiate with the MOD because they've got guns.
I dare to just walk in and just put them on the table.
Yeah.
Or
your budget, yeah.
Spin them. That'd be particularly impressive. They said, "Oh, I'm quite happy to negotiate this."
Yeah.
You know what
Pick a number.
Other departments got off really lightly. I mean, nothing happened yet again to the Ministry of Sound. And you should have seen their Christmas party last year. It was massive.
I think they're not kind of thinking it through. There's easy ways to save money. I was a student. That's who you go to. Like, I just think Osborne make a massive bolognese. That'll get you through for like a year. And then I think Britain would save a lot of money if, say, we just got really drunk before you went out. That saves you a lot of money. And, like, if he just gave us his Orange Wednesdays code, that would save us a lot of money. Did you see the cartoon that George Osborne voiced about this to explain what the cuts will involve?
Is it Tory Story?
What type of pensioners are being singled out in this?
Rich pensioners.
Rich pensioners.
The worst of all the pensioners.
No. And how do we know which ones are rich? How do we possibly estimate?
Have they got a blue light underneath their trolley?
No, that is Dave's not rich. Dave's pensions what talk like that, yeah?
Yeah.
One day, in 50 years, there'll be people going, "Can I have my pension, yeah, blood, yeah?" Because I was like totally needing some beans and that.
Well, what they need to do, the government, they've got to cut stuff, and they've just got to think out of the box, haven't they? So they could, in fact, cut old age benefits and cut youth unemployment if they did the very logical thing, which is allow old people to burn young people.
How is that?
They're just not thinking. They're just not thinking.
You're right. They're not thinking. Why did that not come?
No,
I
no
think
idea.
Somewhere there's a dry whiteboard with that written and a line gone through it. So somebody went. I don't even.
Let the weak die and burn young people.
Didn't they were like No, don't rub it off. Just put a line through it. We might come back to it.
Let's leave that one we're just going to put a pin in that one, and we might come back to it again. By the way, what did Labour say they would do about these cuts if they win the next election, which takes place before these
Ed
cuts?
Miliband said he would keep them exactly the same. There's only one policy he's going to change, he said, and that was immigration policy, and that is basically to prevent his brother from coming back from America.
In other news, who proposed a singing duet with George Osborne recently?
It was a soul singer, wasn't it? An American soul singer called Jeffrey Osborne.
Jeffrey Osborne,
And the reason he did it was because at the G8 last week, Obama kept on calling George Osborne Jeffrey. He did it throughout the meeting.
Three times in a meeting.
Three times in a meeting he called him Jeffrey because he got very, very confused.
I don't know how he confused him with a soul singer, because everyone knows George has no soul.
But the worst bit was he called Osborne Jeffrey and he called Cameron and Clegg Zippy and Bungle.
I think Obama's just getting revenge for the time that Prince Philip called him waiter.
It's not someone cool. If I would worry now if I met Barack Obama that he would call me Anne. Anne Widdecombe. Not because I look like Anne Widdecombe, no.
No, it's not because he looked like him either, right? You've got to presume that Obama didn't actually think it was Jeffrey Osborne, the soul singer. May I also say congratulations to Jeffrey Osborne after his 1982 hit On the Wings of Love. How well he's reinvented himself in the last 30 years to become Chancellor of the Exchequer, right? It's not a facial similarity problem.
Obama always gets confused. Do you reckon for his first term he thought Hillary Clinton owned a card company and Gaddafi was a duck?
I think Obama probably just walked into that room of people and said, "I'm sorry, you just all look the same to me."
In other news, which former European leader is facing doing jail time?
I'm hoping it's Hitler.
They found him.
About time he got his comeuppance, isn't it?
That'll show him. That'll stop his cough. Yeah, he'll learn his lesson then, won't he? A couple of months in chokey. No, who is it?
Berlusconi.
It's Silvio Berlusconi, who got
He's
jailed
big.
for 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years for sleeping with an underage prostitute. But he's offered to serve 25 if he can share a cell with her.
To be fair to Berlusconi, people get at Berlusconi, but to be absolutely fair to him, he's one of the very few politicians who has genuinely tried to engage young people in politics.
You know, he sent around to collect this, the underage prostitute, who he sent around to collect her from jail.
Mick Jagger.
No. He sent around one of his ministers who used to be a showgirl. They send for my ministers. Dun 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 dun. No, I need you in minister mode. Take off the big feather thing. What do you want?
Berlusconi had an excellent record, actually, of employing women in government. What he'd do is he'd see a woman that he fancied, ask her if she wanted a job, and then give her one in the cabinet.
Boom! They're all weak.
I don't think he's ready for the sort of bunga parties they're going to have in prison.
You think he needs to be wearing some kind of bunga?
Yeah. The thing really hurts me about bunga. What still really irritates me about bunga, right, is not that I haven't had bunga, but I'll die never knowing if I've had bunga, because no one will explain what bunga is. And I'd like to think that I've done a lot of things, and maybe bunga was one of them. In other news, which fashionable pair have been in trouble with the law?
Is it Wallace and Gromit?
Yes.
It's Dolce & Gabbana.
It is Dolce & Gabbana. Why are Dolce & Gabbana?
They've been convicted of tax fraud in Italy, which is like being convicted of paying for underage sex in Italy.
I think this is a great example of the trickle-down effect of high fashion, because they actually committed tax evasion in 2005, and only now has it hit the high street.
At the end of that round, the points go to Josh, Holly and Andy. Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features David Cameron.
Oh, I love being out and about campaigning. It's a chance for us to get to know genuine voters on the doorstep and find out what they think about our policies. So tell me, sir, What do you feel about gay marriage? What, to you? Piss off! No, I didn't. Do you mind if we just step up here for a minute? Just got a small chore to do. There we go. That's Boris's house. I'm just popping a dog turd through the door. Anyway, I think that's enough campaigning for now. I'm a bit tired. Haven't had a holiday since Ibiza. That's nearly 3 weeks ago. So, well, oh, hello. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's a chance for me to show that I'm not a geek. Yeah, that's right, David. Ed, sorry. Yes, I'm not a geek. I tell you what, though, why there's so many leaves, but there's only one tree? I think perhaps we should just get on with campaigning. Maybe if we go in here. Oh, good, the shop. I can buy some Sinex. Yeah. Hello, I'm the... Oh, there's no need for you to introduce yourself, young man. I know exactly who you are. You're from Wallace and Gromit. No. Anyway, welcome to Liberal Democrat HQ. This is a very important thing. We're stuffing thousands of envelopes with my job applications for when I lose my seat in the next election. Hello, Nigel Farage here. I drive a big purple bus. That's a euphemism. Anyway, people understand UKIP's policy on immigration, but we have others. I believe, for example, that all British people should be allowed, like me, to dip their clothes in mustard.
Now we play a round called Wheel I Am. This game involves Andy, Gary and Josh. So if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers will step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. Okay, here we go. Let's have the first topic. Let's spin the wheel. The first topic is science and technology. Who wants to come in on that? Andy first.
I quite fancy being a wind farmer. No, because I think out of all the farmer jobs, it's got to be the easiest, isn't it? You know, cock crows, oh, wake up, out of bed, check the wind's blowing, yes it is, brilliant, back to bed again. Alternatively, you know, cock crows, out of bed, wind's not blowing, sod all I can do about it, back to bed again. Because they never actually invent what you want them to invent. I am still waiting for a decent alarm clock, yeah? Maybe one that doesn't, in fact, alarm you, right? Maybe one that just nudges you awake, right? Gives you a little cuddle, makes you a cup of tea, a little tickle downstairs, then phones up work so you can't come in.
Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. Okay, the next subject, please. Our next subject is charity. Who wants to go? Joshua.
Charity work doesn't always go well. I had a situation when I was 10 and my school was raising money for the local church roof, because it's always the church roof. I don't know what the problem is with church roofs. Well, they're spending the money elsewhere. You're going, yeah, well, the roof's ruined, but we've just installed a hot tub, so come and praise the Lord in there. We all had to do different things, and me and my best friend Thomas decided what we were going to do. We were going to walk the 3 miles to our nearest market town, wearing Wellington boots full of custard, right? We thought this would be good. It would have been good, but for one small issue, which was when preparing the custard for the Wellington boot, my mum didn't think that we might want it served at a lower temperature. And you would serve it on an apple crumble. I tell you now, there are a few things in your life more terrifying than looking at your Wellington boots and seeing them steaming at the entrance to stars in their eyes. I said, I'm not putting my foot in there, that's boiling hot. Mum said, isn't that the challenge? No, that is not the challenge. I don't know if you ever put your foot in a Wellington boot of boiling hot custard. A few of you might have. What is it? Similar to a hot bath. With a hot bath, it goes something like this. It goes, that is too hot. With a Wellington boot of boiling hot custard, more like this. That is too hot. And suctioned on. Like a medieval torture devised by the Chuckle Brothers. Yeah, this is doubly humiliating, so I've had to go in 3 times to break the skin on the custard.
Thank you very much, Josh Widdicombe. Okay, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what topic you've been left with.